Mbappe started off his career playing under his dad at Bondy, a small team in France in which he would learn his trade as a youngster before slowly moving into Monaco. After training with the national youth team, he was in the Monaco B team and then later promoted with his first senior contract for the senior team. This is where Mbappe would shine. As we know, he became a superstar, scoring goal after goal, winning Monaco the league and drawing comparisons to Thierry Henry, breaking countless records, the youngest goal scorer since the 1960s for Monaco. He was electric. At the age of 18, he was on fire and soon turned towards PSG, initially for a loan period and then being bought. He would conquer everything, winning domestic trebles, winning titles, and even winning the World Cup for France at such a young age. His trophy accolade is incredible, but there's a few things that elude him. That illustrious Champions League trophy and a Ballon d'Or. He has drew comparisons to Messi and Ronaldo, been praised by Pele, but ultimately there's still a few things in his stellar career that he needs. He's still 24 and he can do it all, and joining Real Madrid is the perfect step in his career. Kylian Mbappe's rise to fame and to glory and to World Cup drama has been like that, especially the way he has gone. The traditional French route, really, everyone comparing him to Henry, obviously learning his skills at a lower team with his dad, then going into like a national training facility where Henry and Anelka played, then into Monaco and like that, lighting it up, winning them the league and playing with some fantastic people. That team where they had, was it Fabinho, Falcao, and Mbappe? It was a really good Monaco team. Much more, I think Bernardo Silva was there as well. He instantly burst onto the scene. That's how you do it, Micah. Kylian Mbappe then moving to PSG and continuing to light it up. Light it up. World Cup success. Everything. At the age of 20, his trophy collection was unbelievable. He had that one thing that so many people crave, a World Cup trophy. He needed to almost prove himself in another league. That's what people expect. They always raise the bar and want more and more and more. And Kylian Mbappe has finally entered La Liga. Real Madrid, that one trophy that has eluded him domestically, the Champions League, after losing against Bayern Munich in the final. What better place to try and go win it than Real Madrid, a team at the moment that are just full of superstars, and they have conquered that trophy countless and countless times. Kylian Mbappe now finds himself at potentially the best club in the world, wearing the number 9, following in his footsteps of his idol Cristiano Ronaldo. And with a slower start at Real Madrid, he has had to find his feet, but at the moment, him and that team are absolute world beaters. After a long time of being rumoured to join the club, signing a contract extension for PSG and potentially falling out with the owners, Mbappe had conquered France, he'd conquered the world, and everybody was saying PSG's a farmers league. Mbappe still had something to prove. He's got to do it in a big league, and Real Madrid had flirted with him countless times, but now he joined them for free. And for the most part, what he has done so far, scoring goals, it might have been a slow start, but he's had to adapt and he's getting used to it. He's in a well-beating team and is the icing on the cake for that team. The Jude Bellinghams, the Vinicius Juniors, the Rodrigos, and now Kylian Mbappe. Ultimately missing out on the last World Cup against his former teammate Lionel Messi's Argentina. He looks to continuously beat trophies, scoring a hat-trick in a World Cup final. Him and Jeff Hurst, the only players to do it, and still missing out on it, is something shockingly incredible for him. But this guy keeps breaking boundaries, naturally talented, keep wanting to do more. He draws comparisons to Erling Haaland, who's going to win that battle. Is he as good as Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo? Who knows? He's definitely got talent, but at this stage, Lionel Messi had conquered a lot and so had Cristiano Ronaldo. He's just got to keep doing him. But Real Madrid is a perfect place, and although he might not have smashed records at the moment, he has still got a long, long way in his career to go, and many, many trophies will follow him. And now for Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid, after having his little arguments with the so-called PSG people, after receiving a bid as well from Saudi Arabia and declining it. What was that offer? It was ridiculous. It was like, was it close to $1 billion, or am I bugging? It was something outrageous, and Kylian Mbappe was already the most expensive youngster at 180 million. Then moving to Real Madrid for free is the complete opposite of what he was involved in. Always constantly a transfer fee. then goes for free to Real Madrid, the place where he really wanted to be, because that last season with PSG, it was almost as if he was forced to stay and say, I've got to go here. But he pledged his allegiance realistically, saw his contract out, and then went to Real Madrid, where at the moment the La Liga's in the balance, isn't it? You've got Barcelona, who are back really playing well, and also in different competitions like the Champions League. Real Madrid have struggled, and Kylian Mbappe has struggled from now and again. He's picked up little injuries, I believe, as well, and not been in the goal-scoring vein that we are used to Kylian Mbappe. But he turns up 90% of the time, and it's just a little patch. Obviously, Real Madrid have had little bad patches where they've had a few losses, but they still managed to get through in the Champions League, and they still managed to, even when they play bad, get results, and that's what the best team does. Real Madrid, on countless occasions, especially in the Champions League, can seem like they're getting dominated, seem like they're the shit team. Bang, they're on the counter-attack. Rodrigo, Vinicius, they're flying in, even Mbappe now, and they're scoring goals, and they're winning games. And although it might not have happened the way Mbappe wanted to, it's not like he's been absolutely shit. He has still scored vital goals, and I believe the future for him at Real Madrid is bright. The expectation is also massive. Can he live up to that? I think with enough hard work, of course, he can. In that France World Cup final against Argentina, scoring a hat-trick shows the mentality that he has. There was, 2-1 down, 2-0 down, and he brought them back single-handedly. That shows the type of player he is, and if he keeps on going, more trophies and more trophies will follow. It does feel like, especially this era, they have got the Galactico era again. The Jude Bellingham, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Tchouaméni, Modric still in there. You know, you had Toni Kroos. They've got that experience, Courtois, and all over the pitch. There's no real weak points, and they can adapt. They can play the counter-attack if they can dominate the ball. They can do either. But every team can still be caught. But Mbappe has stole the show. What is next for him? Is the Champions League trophy a touch away? Or will he ultimately just leave and go elsewhere? Who knows, who knows, who knows? But for now, we all know there's one trophy that he's got in his mind, and that's the Champions League. And now with Kylian Mbappe, will he go elsewhere? At the moment, Real Madrid are almost building another Galactico team. Every position is strong, and they do look at times unbeatable. They've won the Champions League countless times, and Mbappe wants to get his hand on that trophy, and I think there's no better place than Real Madrid. You look in world football realistically, where else could he go? Could he go to the Prem? Potentially, but Real Madrid's the biggest team. He got his move for free as well, and now he'll seek to conquer consistently like the greats did. Will Mbappe live up to the hype? I think he has already, to be honest. He has won pretty much everything that a player wants. Once he gets a few Champions League behind him, he'll start to draw comparisons, and surely a Ballon d'Or will then follow that. But I think the idea that he could become the greatest ever is a bit of a reach. There is two incredible footballers who did it all and are so aesthetically pleasing on the ball. We have saw Kylian Mbappe, he does have that dribbling ability, but realistically it's nowhere near the level of Lionel Messi. He will keep fighting and he will keep going. Real Madrid is the perfect place for him, and trophies will follow. The Champions League has eluded him for now, but I think in the coming years he will get there, and he will become a legend in the Spanish League, in the Champions League, and in world football. Kylian Mbappe's name will be sparked around the world, especially the stuff he did as a teenager. Him, France, and Real Madrid are a perfect match. And now for Kylian Mbappe. What will he do next? You know, how many World Cups will he win? That is something that Ronaldo has not been able to claim. Messi has only claimed it once, unless he can do it again in the next one. Mbappe has a few more World Cups to go. He could have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 if he's lucky, but he shows that he can carry that France team now. He is the main man. And for Real Madrid, I mean, that Champions League trophy is not going to elude him for much longer. Whether it's this season, whether it's in a few seasons to come, that team is unbeatable. And when they're at their best, they can decimate teams. As long as they've got a good coach, Ancelotti knows how to win the Champions League. They can do anything. But Kylian Mbappe has the world at his feet, realistically. I know he hasn't won as much Ballon d'Ors, and therefore I think technically he's not the best player in the world, but for what he can do and the way he can change games, he is at the moment in the top echelon of players, if not the best player. It is incredible, and although he might have dropped off a little bit compared to PSG, where, you know, he's constantly scoring all these goals, Spanish League's harder, and he's in a team of players who want to become the main man all the time, so maybe he won't stand out as much. But for Mbappe, I think the future is bright. He will have won every trophy in world football by the end of his career. I do believe that, and maybe a couple of Ballon d'Ors. What is next? What will he do next? How many records will he break? It is truly remarkable. Maybe he'll go toe-to-toe with Haaland. Maybe he'll become teammates with him at some point. Who knows? But Kylian Mbappe is truly unstoppable.